the Hollywood community has gathered together to honor the finest motion picture achievements of the year. To celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of Oscar, let's look back at 74 years of extraordinary filmmaking.
Let me stay just for a little while.
You're sending me to my doom, eh? Well, you're wrong, Christian!
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
You're a cheap, lousy, dirty, stinking mug! And I'm glad what I've done to you.
What have I done?
No prisoners! No prisoners!
I give the devil benefit of law for my own safety's sake.
Hey, I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Hell, I know I'm a prima donna. I admit it.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
We must not defy the British.
Get my daughter the shot!
Good evening, Clarice. People will say we're in love.
Hello, my name's Forrest Gump.
Perhaps it is good to have a beautiful mind, but an even greater gift is to discover a beautiful heart.
Live from the Kodak Theater at Hollywood and Highland, welcome to the 75th Academy Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, your host for this evening, Steve Martin.
Well, I'm glad they cut back on all the glitz. You probably noticed there was no fancy red carpet tonight. That'll send them a message. By the way, the proceeds from tonight's Oscar telecast, and I think this is so great, will be divvied up among huge corporations. Now, I am so excited to be back. I didn't host the show last year because I was, not asked. But everybody has been so supportive of my hosting this year, except, of course, France and Germany. Now, the Oscars are being broadcast for the first time in high-definition television. So I'd like to say a big hello to the three guys watching at Circuit City. Hey! Writers, directors, actors. If we're stuck here tonight and we run out of food, that's the order of whom we eat. Now, before we go any further, I have a confession to make. Just before I came out here, I licked all the Oscars. Now, this is the 75th anniversary of the Oscars. The very first Academy Awards was held 75 years ago, right across the street at the Roosevelt Hotel. And on your way out, take a look. You just go outside, cross Hollywood Boulevard, make a right at the hooker. Oh, excuse me, Pretty Woman. And you'll see the location of the very first Oscars. In 1929, all the big stars were there. And of course, Joan Rivers was outside. And many great stars are here tonight. Olivia de Havilland is here. We have Kirk Douglas and Margaret O'Brien. Mickey Rooney is here. Now, not a lot of people know this, but Mickey Rooney is the same age as the Earth. At one point, Mickey Rooney was the biggest box office star in all the 38 states. Mickey, I salute you. Where are you, Mickey? Hey, hey. Mickey, I'm sorry we couldn't get you a better seat, but Vin Diesel is here. Oh, good. Mickey is heckling me. Now, today's movie stars make millions of dollars, but Mickey Rooney was paid in shiny beads. Barbara Streisand is here, who's just here tonight. She's just here tonight to enjoy the show and direct. And there's Nicole Kidman. Now, here's a... interesting fact about Nicole Kidman. Not a lot of people know this. Nicole Kidman has worn a fake nose in every movie she's ever made. Except The Hours. Looking good, Nicole. Halle Berry is here. And notice, I am standing exactly 22 feet away from Halle Berry in compliance with the court order. Tonight, Jack Nicholson and Meryl Streep made Oscar history. It was backstage and it wasn't pretty. It's a big year for Jack. He also got in a hot tub with Kathy Bates. But hey, who hasn't? There was a lot of big movies this year. Now, I loved Lord of the Rings. That was a great download. Sorry. Theatrical experience. Now, another big movie, Chicago. Now, I'm just being honest here. Miramax stopped at nothing to make sure Chicago was nominated. Now, here's what they did, and you tell me if you think this is fair. They made a really good movie that everybody likes. Well, if you're going to do that, now, I don't like the Oscar stage being used for promotion. One year, I watched Billy Crystal ride out here on a horse just to promote his movie City Slickers. And I was so mad, it just made me want to start bringing down the house. Well, thank you for mentioning it. And I loved working with Queen Latifah. There she is. Queen Latifah, or as I like to call her, sequel money. You know, I've just realized that hosting the Oscars for the second time is like making love to a woman for the second time. I guess. Now, there were smaller movies, too, this year. There was a movie called Secretary about a woman who is humiliated by her boss, is spanked, and has to crawl on her knees and carry manila folders in her teeth. And they say there are no parts for women. The movie Jackass was out this year, which, in my opinion, was the worst Hollywood adaptation yet of Jane Austen. Afghanistan submitted a film this year, My Big Fat Skinny Raggedy-Ass One-Hump Thirsty Camel. Now, there were a lot of cutbacks this year in the movie industry, lots of layoffs, and now they're talking about reducing actors' salaries. For God's sake, are we insane? And things are financially tough all over, so right now, you should do what Tom Cruise does. At the end of each week, he takes $1 million and he just puts it away like it's not even there, whether it's been a good week or a bad week. And then at the end of the year, you've got a little cushion. Oh, sorry. I thought I saw a non-celebrity. Roman Polanski is here. Get him! Now, this year, some people in Hollywood were insulted by the use of the term gay mafia. And I say to them, well, they seem to be extremely upset. I say to them, hey, fellas, don't get your thongs in a knot. I understand now that throwing a phone in the middle of a joke is a bad idea. It was planned. I thought it was funny. Now, I used the term gay mafia last week, and the next morning, I woke up, and there was a poodle head in my bed. You know, looking at this audience tonight, seeing so many familiar faces, acknowledging your talent, seeing people who have meant so much to the world, it just makes me wonder, for a minute, what is a movie star? A movie star is many things. They can be tall, short, thin, or skinny. They can be Democrats or skinny. A movie star can be young, middle-aged, or old. We worship them, we idolize them, and yes, sometimes we're annoyed with them, like when they shoot their wives. But movie stars know the public is watching, so they always try to look their best. They can be any sex, race, or religion, sometimes all in one weekend. They can be straight or gay. Movie stars crave publicity, but have the decency not to brag if they've slept with me. know, the list can go on forever, but we do have to get on with the 75th anniversary of the Oscars. Remember, there are no losers here tonight, but we're about to change all that. I should tell you that if you are a winner and your speech goes on too long, first you'll see flashing lights, and then the band will start to play, and then you'll feel something stick in your neck. And I would suggest that you walk toward the light to your loved ones who are saying, "Come, you big winner, you." Now, by the way, if you'd like a transcript of tonight's show, simply write down every word we say. And now I'd like to introduce Cameron Diaz, who's going to give out the first award. You know, I was just thinking that if you took Cameron Diaz, Jennifer Lopez, and Halle Berry and put them all in one room, I forgot what I was saying. Here is Cameron Diaz.
It is my honor to present the first Oscar of the evening. Once upon a time, parents took their children to see animated features. Today's animation has reached such a level of sophistication that the children take their parents. Here are the nominees for the Best Animated Feature Film that delighted audiences both young and old. Ice Age, Chris Wedge.
Hey, Lord of the Flame. Your tail's on fire.
Lilo and Stitch, Chris Sanders. Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, Jeffrey Katzenberg.
I couldn't believe it. One moment I was free, and the next, more ropes.
Spirited Away, Hayao Miyazaki.
I was wondering if you could give me a job.
Treasure Planet, Ron Clemens.
I'm sorry, my memory isn't what it used to be. I lost my mind. I've lost my mind. You haven't found it, have you?
And the Oscar goes to, let's see, Spirited Away, Hayao Miyazaki. The Academy congratulates Hayao Miyazaki and accepts this on his behalf. Thank you so much.
Welcome, the star of The Matrix, Keanu Reeves.
For over 100 years, movies have taught us who we are, where we are, and who we aspire to be. In that regard, the most effective teachers have been the special effects wizards, who can make any wish come true. Look at these nominees for achievement in visual effects.
Oh, Jim. Where would you be without me?
Jim Riegel, Joe Lettieri, Randall William Cook, and Alex Funke used a computer motion capture system to create the split personality character of Gollum and Smeagol in The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
It wasn't me.
Not only could he spin a web, but Spider-Man could practically fly thanks to the sweeping visual effects created by nominees John Dykstra, Scott Stockdike, Anthony La Molinera, and John Fraser. And over in a galaxy far, far away, created by George Lucas, nominees Rob Coleman, Pablo Hellman, John Knoll, and Ben Snow built a new all-digital universe for Star Wars Episode II, Attack of the Clones.
And the Oscar goes to Jim Riegel, Joe Lettieri, Randall William Cook, and Alex Funke for The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
This is the first Academy Award for Joe Lettieri and Alex Spunky, and the second for Jim Rigel and William Randall Cook. They both won Oscars in 2001 for The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Thank you, Academy. Thank you, Peter Jackson, for directing 3 pieces of cinematic history and allowing us to be involved in it. Fran Walsh, Barry Osborne, New Line, Mark Odesky, Lauren Ritchie, Dean Wright, Libby Hazel, my family, Teresa Sarin Jackson, and Weta Digital in Wellington, New Zealand.
Thank you all for this amazing award, and thanks especially to the incredible people at Weta Digital and Weta Workshop who helped make this all possible. And thanks, Abby and Sophia, especially our amazing animation department.
The 75th Annual Academy Awards on ABC. Brought to you by J.C. Penney. It's new, it's now, it's all inside J.C. Penney. Cadillac, let the show begin. American Express, make...
Well, it's been a great night so far, if you don't count Julie Andrews getting pistol whipped at security. Now, here's last year's winner for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in A Beautiful Mind, Jennifer Connelly.
In the 75 years of the Oscars, 66 gold statues have been awarded in the category of supporting actor. Here are some of those award-winning faces. A troubled horticulturalist, a poetic AIDS victim, a wise and ruthless gang lord, a trusting but deceived husband, and a glib and shady father. These are the 5 roles that were filled by 5 exceptional actors. Here are the nominees for performance by an actor in a supporting role. Chris Cooper in Adaptation. Ed Harris in The Hours. Paul Newman in Road to Perdition. John C. Reilly in Chicago. Christopher Walken in Catch Me If You Can. And the Oscar goes to Chris Cooper in Adaptation.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Chris Cooper.
Take this in for 1 second. From the Academy to the womb that bore me, thank you. And to all the nominees, it's a pleasure to be thought in your same company. To all the people in Adaptation who helped to make this the most enjoyable job I ever had, thank you. Charlie Kaufman, Spike Jones, Nicolas Cage, the fabulous, beautiful, wonderful Meryl Streep. Working with this woman was like making great jazz. And you had a lot to do with this, so thank you. To my wife, Marianne, you took on all the burden. Thank you. And in light of all the troubles in this world, I wish us all peace. Thank you.
She's dazzled audiences in Selena, The Wedding Planner, and Made in Manhattan. Welcome, Jennifer Lopez.
Question: who can build anything from molehills to mountains, prehistoric caves to futuristic condominiums? Answer: the art director. What you see on your screen is dictated by what an art director and his or her set dressers prepare for the camera. So here are the nominees for Achievement in Art Direction. John Meyer for the art direction and Gordon Sim for the set decoration of Chicago. Felipe Fernandez del Paso for the art direction and Hania Robledo for the set decoration of Freedom. Dante Ferretti for the art direction and Francesca Lasciavo for the set decoration of Gangs of New York. Grant Major for the art direction, and Dan Henna and Alan Lee for the set decoration of The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Dennis Gassner for the art direction, and Nancy Haig for the set decoration of Road to Perdition. And the Oscar goes to John Meyer for Chicago and set decoration, Gordon Sim.
This is the first Academy Award for John Meyer and Gordon Sim. Meyer was nominated in 1998 for Elizabeth.
Well, this is just fantastic. And as you can see, we made so many wonderful friends on Chicago. It was just one of the best experiences we ever had. Yes. And that really came down to Rob Marshall, our director. Rob, thank you for bringing us along on this amazing journey. We have to thank our crews, everyone in the art department, set decoration department, construction, paint, props. It was a huge collaborative effort, and we share this with all of you.
I just want to thank John Meyer so much. He was a wonderful, creative man to work with. It was just so thrilling. Thank you.
If we could thank our family and friends who are watching all over the world, thank you very much, and cheers.
That was Jennifer Lopez, or as the kids today call her, J-Pez. She's been married twice and divorced 5 times. Now that is a good lawyer. Now please welcome the man who danced away with Oscar nominations for Saturday Night Fever and Pulp Fiction, your basic movie star, John Travolta.
It was known as the city of big shoulders, the Windy City, in that toddling town. To add to that descriptive list, it is now known as the film nominated for 13 Oscars. We're talking about Chicago. And here to perform the first nominated song from that Kander and Ebb score are 2 of the nominated stars, 16 of the very best dancers ever seen on the screen, and a very jazzy jazz band. Under the direction of Oscar winner Bill Conti, Maestro. And now singing I Move On from Chicago, please welcome Oscar nominees Catherine Zeta-Jones and Queen Latifah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
While trucking down the road of life, although hope seems gone, I just move on. When I can't find a single star to hang my wish upon, I just move on. I move on. I run so fast, a shotgun blast can hurt me not one bit. I'm on my toes, 'cause heaven knows a moving target's hard to hit. So as we're playing live ballet, we're not the dying swan. We just move on. We move on. Just when it seems we're out of dreams and things have got us down, we don't despair, we don't go there, we hang our bodies side of town. So there's no doubt we're cut out to run life's marathon. We just move on. We just move on. So clean up, but we can't stay put. We just move on. Yes, we move
And the Oscar goes to Chris Cooper in adaptation.
Windows down.
Of the cassettes, the DVDs and tapes, so we can see the movies early and vote for them fairly. But someone in the Academy was illegally selling their screening copies on eBay. Meryl Streep. Don't you have enough? And now here's Jennifer Garner, most recently appearing in Daredevil, and tonight she's sharing the stage with one of the most beloved black actors in the history of cinema, Mickey Mouse.
Hello, Mickey.
Hello.
Nice talk.
nice shoes. 1, 2, 5 toes.
Will you do the honors?
Ooh, this is exciting. The nominees for Best Animated Short Film are... No, that's my parking stub. That's not it. No. Here it is. Darren Dugu. Good do. Doggone it. How do you say that, Jack? Aha! The ring? Huh. Very funny, Frodo. Oh, running out of pockets. Gosh.
It's okay, Mickey. You can use the teleprompter.
Huh? Oh, thank you. Gee, let's see. The nominees are... The Cathedral, Tomek Baginski. The Chub Chubs, Eric Armstrong. Das Rad, Chris Stenner and Heidi Wittlinger. Mike's New Car, Pete Doctor and Roger Gould. Mount Head, Koji Yamamura. And the Oscar goes to... Oh, the Chub Chubs, Eric Armstrong.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Eric Armstrong.
I'm going to try real hard not to pass out here. On behalf of Jackie Farmbrook, our producer, and the entire Chub Chubs crew, I'd like to thank Yair Landau and Tim Sarnoff, because without them, this film wouldn't have happened. I'd like to thank everybody at Sony Pictures Animation, and especially Sony Pictures ImageWorks. If anyone's ever done this kind of stuff before, you know it's about the team. It's not about the individual, and I had the best team out there. And last, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Penny. Thanks for putting up with the long hours. Thank you.
In the 19th century, the prolific British statesman Disraeli said that when he wanted to read a book, he wrote one. Today, he might say the same about movies, so many of us are making them. That is the case with short films. Not small films, but short films. And of all the shorts made every year, these are the 5 nominated this year by the Academy as the best live-action short films.
Faye DeVay, Dirk Bellian, and Anya de la Mans. I'll wait for the next one. Philippe Oriendi and Thomas Godard. Inja, Dog, Stephen Pazvolsky and Joe Weatherstone. Johnny Flinton, Lexi Alexander and Alexander Buono. This Charming Man, Martin Strong-Hansen and me, Andreasen.
And the Oscar goes to This Charming Man, Martin Strong-Hansen and me, Andreasen.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Martin Strange-Hansen and me, Andreasen.
Steve Martin, One Advice, Lay Off the Onions. Well, this is a great honor. We brought the script writer because without a great script, you cannot make a great film. So, well, first of all, we want to thank the short fiction film of Denmark. It's a great idea. Too bad it's shut down. And M&M Productions of Denmark, thanks for supporting, thanks for producing. Crew and cast, great talent. I love you. And everybody at home, our friends, our loved ones, we couldn't make it without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Academy Award winner, Mira Sorvino.
There's a saying that the clothes make the man. Well, for many of us actors, it can be said that clothes make the character, because the right costume can magically give us that extra inspiration to make us feel like the person that we are playing. Here in Hollywood, clothes or costumes also go a long way toward making the film, making it okay, good word. The aesthetically powerful and emotionally evocative experience that it is. Thank you for laughing. Tonight's nominees for costume design masterfully establish the reality of various periods in time. They weave fantastic visual spells that transport the audience, and they all set the tone for the story to be told. And here are the nominees for achievement in costume design. Colleen Atwood for her creations in the screen version of the musical Chicago. Julie Weiss for her designs in Frida, the biography of painter Frida Kahlo. Sandy Powell for her work in the epic tale of Gangs of New York. Anne Roth for her creations in interweaving stories of the hours. And Anna Shepard for her costumes in the incredible journey of the pianist. And the Oscar goes to Colleen Atwood for Chicago.
This is Colleen Atwood's first Academy Award and fourth nomination. She was previously nominated in 1999 for Sleepy Hollow, 1998 for Beloved, and 1994 for Little Women.
Chicago began for me when I walked into a room of mirrors and watched Rob Marshall and 3 choreographers dance the entire show. It was a powerful inspiration and continued to be as the collaboration expanded. Sets, camera, stage lighting, an amazing cast who sang and dancers, and my collaborators, Dale, Karen, Christine, all led by Bill Condon's script and Rod's clarity and heart. Thanks to you all, and to Miramax and Marty Richards who let it all happen. Thank you.
He was the boisterous adventurer in The Mummy who became the quiet American. Please welcome Brendan Fraser.
The first nominated film is an eye-popping adventure. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers continues J.R.R. Tolkien's epic trilogy as we follow a hobbit named Frodo on his quest to rid Middle-earth of the menacing forces of evil. Frodo faces unimaginable perils with his devoted friend Sam and Gollum, a tormented creature in need of some serious therapy.
Master's my friend. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you. Not listening. Not listening. You're a liar. And a thief. No. Murderer. Go away.
first saw Paul Simon, I knew he was a major star, and I've been friends with him for over 25 years. And last December, I presented him with the prestigious Kennedy Center honor. So really, this is about me. Here, performing his nominated song, Father and Daughter, from the Wild Thornberrys, is Paul Simon.
If you leap awake in the mirror of a bad dream, and for a fraction of a second you can't remember where you are, just open your window and follow your memory upstream to the meadow in the mountain where we counted every falling star. I believe the light that shines on you will shine on you forever. And though I can't guarantee there's nothing scary hiding under your bed, I'm gonna stand guard like a postcard of a golden retriever, and never leave till I leave you with a sweet dream in your head. I'm gonna watch you shine, gonna watch you grow, gonna paint a sign so you'll always know, as long as 1 and 1 is 2. There could never be a father loved his daughter more than I love you. Trust your intuition, it's just like going fishing. You cast your line and hope you get a bite. But you don't need to waste your time worrying about the marketplace. Try to help the human race struggling to survive its harshest night. I'm gonna watch you shine, gonna watch you grow, gonna paint a sign so you'll always know, as long as 1 and 1 is 2. There could never be a father loved his daughter more than I love so you'll always know, as long as 1 and 1 is 2. There could never be a father love his daughter more than I love you.
She won the guy and the hearts of movie audiences in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Welcome, Mia Vardalos.
Ever since the ancient Greeks discovered cosmetics, a word my dad says they invented, by the way, every little girl tries on some of her mother's lipstick. So do many little boys. Cosmetics today are only a part of a makeup kit. Our film makeup artists rely on a variety of products to beautify or uglify as the script demands. Two stirring examples of each are present in the two films nominated for the Best of the Complex Art. Here are the nominees for achievement in makeup. John Jackson and Beatrice de Alba for their work in the colorful tale of painter Frida Kahlo in Frida. John M. Elliott Jr. and Barbara Lorenz for their time-traveling work in the classic H.G. Wells story of The Time Machine. And the Oscar goes to John Jackson and Beatrice de Alba for Frida.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for John Jackson and Beatrice de Alba.
Wow. Thank you to the Academy. This is indeed a mind-blowing experience.
We like it.
Thank you to Salma. None of us would have been there without you. Alfred Molina. Oh.
May your salary on the next one be bigger than the entire budget on this one.
Alfred Molina.
For being our champion.
Julie Taymor for her vision.
And her incredible ability to convey it.
Judy Chin, our department market head, who should have been up with us tonight.
Without your work, Judy, we wouldn't even be here tonight. None of us expected to be nominated or to even get all this recognition for our work.
Through all of our sweat and tears, we just wanted to give Selma her dream.
And then we fell in love.
Thank you.
Will the owner of a 1972 El Camino with a dent in the left fender and a broken side view mirror, oh my God, this is too sad to go on. Our next presenter has the same name as the actor who played the original James Bond. Here's Sean Connery.
Oscar has had great reason to celebrate over the years. There have been so many remarkable performances given by actresses supporting roles. Now, here's a look back at the past winners.
You don't know it's real.
Now, this year's nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role. Kathy Bates in About Schmidt. Julianne Moore in The Hours. Queen Latifah in Chicago. Meryl Streep in Adaptation. Catherine Zeta-Jones in Chicago. And the Oscar goes to Catherine.
This is Catherine Zeta-Jones' first Academy Award and her first nomination.
Thank you so much, my Scotsman, giving the Welsh gift. I can't believe it. Oh, my gosh. This is too, I mean, my hormones are just too way out of control for me to be dealing with this. But thank you so much, the Academy, and to be nominated with such amazing women, an amazing year for women. Thank you very much. Everyone involved in Chicago, there's so many people, Rob, Marshall, Harvey Weinstein, Craig Neal, everybody, and all the cast and crew. Everybody in Swansea, South Wales, I love you. And to my son, Dylan, who is going to be watching at home, and to my husband, who I love, and I share this award with you, along with this one, too. Thank you so much.
And the Oscar goes to Catherine.
Let's go. Brought to you by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't.
Here's a real find from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Matthew McConaughey.
And a healthy evening to all of you. Before the Jets and the Sharks, there were the real gangs of New York. Back in the mid-19th century, New York was a scary, in-your-face kind of place. Hopeful immigrants in search of a better life found their very survival, as well as that of their new country, threatened by vengefulness, intolerance, and fear. Gangs of New York is an epic film about an era and the conflicts that help define what it means to be an American.
I know how I stayed alive this long. Fear.
I'm sorry I was late. I was just backstage trying to convince Jennifer Lopez that the best way to remove double-faced tape is with saliva. And wasn't it great to see Sean Connery? So many people here tonight. So many people here tonight are wearing Armani, but Sean was wearing Red Lobster, and I think that's really nice. You know, they always get a beautiful young woman to present the awards to the science and technology people. It's Hollywood's way of taunting them with something they will never have. And here is the star of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Kate Hudson.
Each year at a lavish dinner party, the Academy presents their scientific and technical awards to the inventors of additional tools of the cinema trade. This year, it was my pleasure to read the names of those whose hard work makes all movie makers' work easier. Not easy, just easier. Here's a sip of the fun we had at the Regent Beverly Wilshire Hotel 3 weeks ago. The first Oscar of the evening was awarded to Alias Wavefront for the development of a 3D animation software package called Maya.
It is with great pride that we accept this Oscar on behalf of the many talented individuals at Alias Wavefront, past and present.
We're honored, we're humbled, and we are absolutely pumped.
The second Oscar was awarded to two competitors, Arri and Panavision. After a gracious handshake and deciding who spoke first, here's what the two largest motion picture camera manufacturers had to say.
Thank you, the Academy, for this really, really great honor.
I would like to thank the Academy and just say how proud and honored we at Panavision are to be here this evening.
Her performance in Chicago earned her a Best Actress nomination for the second year in a row. Please welcome Renee Zellweger.
Making movies is a cooperative venture. What if you were told at the start of filming that your job was to enhance the mood and the emotional content of just about every scene, but have nobody notice that you're doing it? Thankfully, the brilliant musicians who write the musical scores for films proudly take on that assignment, and on Oscar night, 5 of them get the chance to be noticed. Here are the nominees for Best Original Score. Catch Me If You Can by John Williams. Far From Heaven by Elmer Bernstein. Frida by Elliot Goldenthal. The Hours by Philip Glass. Road to Perdition by Thomas Newman. And the Oscar goes to... Elliot Goldenthal for Frida.
This is the first Academy Award for Elliot Goldenthal. He's a 4-time Oscar nominee and is up for Best Original Song tonight. He was nominated in 1996 for Michael Collins and in '94 for Interview with the Vampire.
Wow, to be around such remarkable women, Julie Taymor, Salma Hayek, Sarah Green, Margie Parancio. Thank you, Miramax. But I would really want to say, and I'll do it quickly, is I want to dedicate this award to the bridges that we tried to build, to the people of Mexico, to the artistic tradition and legacy of personal and political art. For you, Mexico.
Please welcome Academy Award winner, Julie Andrews.
Thank you. Good evening, thank you. Ever since the big screen came to the small screen 50 years ago, Oscar has delivered some of the most exciting and extravagant musical numbers ever seen on the TV. Massive productions that rivaled the finest of the fabled follies in razzle-dazzle shared the stage with powerful performances by some of the greatest entertainers of the time. Here are some of those memorable moments that were created specifically for the annual Oscar telecast. They made the shows come alive with, in the words of another famous Oscar named Hammerstein, with the sound of music.
Mr. Professor, if you please.
There's no business like no business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything that traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open, and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they hung a star. Let's go on with our show. Everybody loves you, Oscar.
It's great not to be nominated, great not to be nominated, great merely to sit here and relax.
But the thingamabob that does the job, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. The first time together, how simple, how rare.
Who's the black private dick that's the sex machine to all the chicks? Damn right.
There's no people like no people. They smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't change it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the
Thanks for letting me bring Fifi.
2 years ago when I hosted, there was a movie about the great American painter Jackson Pollock. And this year, there's a movie about the great Mexican painter Frida Kahlo. And I am pleased to announce that next year, I will be starring in the Sherwin-Williams story. And now here is the star and one of the producers of Frida, Salma Hayek.
Thank you. Because movies have found favor around the world, the Academy recognizes the excellence of our colleagues whose films in all languages make a community of this globe. And here are the nominees for Best Foreign Language Film of the Year. From Mexico, El Crimen del Padre Amaro, Carlos Carrera. From the People's Republic of China, Hero, Zhang Jimmo. From Finland, The Man Without a Past, Aki Kaurismäki. From Germany, Nowhere in Africa, Caroline Link. From the Netherlands, Zod and Zo, Paula van der Oest. And the Oscar goes to Germany for Nowhere in Africa. The Academy congratulates Caroline Link and accepts this award on her behalf. Thank you.
A nominee for both Best Supporting and Best Actress Oscars this evening, welcome Julianne Moore.
Good evening. When flickers were born, they gave birth to a generation of lip readers who never heard a movie cowboy with a Hungarian accent or a sex goddess with a voice deeper than her leading man's. Then came the revolutionary edition of sound. For this milestone year, here are the nominees for achievement in sound.
When you get here,
Michael Minkler, Dominic Tavella, and David Lee for Chicago.
Prepare to receive the true Lord.
Tom Fleischman, Eugene Garrity, and Ivan Chirac, The Gangs of New York. Christopher Boyd, Michael Szymanczyk, Michael Hedges, and Hammond Pete for The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Watch out for the tractor. Watch out for the tractor.
Scott Millen, Bob Beamer, and John Patrick Pritchett for Road to Perdition.
Oh, yeah, we made it.
Kevin O'Connell, Greg P. Russell, and Ed Novick for Spider-Man. And the Oscar goes to Michael Minkler, Dominic Tavella, and David Lee for Chicago.
This is Michael Minkler's second Academy Award and his 9th nomination. This is the first Oscar in nomination for Dominic Tavella and David Lee.
Well, being a third-generation sound man, I knew at a young age what I wanted to do in my life, and it was when I saw West Side Story for the first time when I was really young, I thought to myself, that's a goal. I want to work on a picture like that, a magnificent musical. So, Harvey Weinstein, thank you very much for that. And not to be redundant, but Rob, you're fantastic, and thank you very much for everything.
Peggy, I'd like to say I love you, honey. I wish you were here with me. But I know you're right there in Toronto at Unimas having a wonderful time. Don Carmody, I wish there were more producers like you, man. And to my boom man and my crew, Dennis Bellingham and Jason McFarlane, I love you too. Love you, Molly. Love you, Dora.
In making movies, sound is more than human voices. It's anything from flags flapping in the wind to slamming doors and crashing glass, waterfalls and lullabies. Every sound we can hear, our engineers can record and edit to accommodate a storyteller's wishes. Here are the nominees for achievement in sound editing.
Ethan Van Buren and Michael Hopkins for The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Richard Hims and Gary Ryston for Minority Report. Scott A. Hecker for Road to Perdition. And the Oscar goes to Ethan Van Der Ven and Michael Hopkins for The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
This is the first Academy Award and first nomination for Ethan Van Der Ven and Michael Hopkins.
There's so much insanity in the world right now. We feel particularly blessed to work with such a tight-knit and talented group of people in Wellington, New Zealand. They've all poured their heart and soul into making this movie and become a family in that process. And we share this award with all of you, and we want to thank a few of you.
Yes, I'd like to thank Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh for this amazing sort of, vision that they have.
We want to thank Barry Osborne and Mark Ardesky for your tenacity.
And I'd like to thank Chris Ford and Rose Doherty for their unflagging support of us right the way through.
David Farmer, Brent Burge, Jason Cannabis, David Whitehead, Chris Boyes, Michael Semanek, Mike Hedges, thank you all. We wouldn't be here without you.
Our next presenter is a young leading actor who has appeared in the highly acclaimed film Y Tu Mama Tambien. And I would do anything to look like him, except, of course, exercise and eat right. So here is Gael Garcia Bernal.
The category is original song, and this nomination comes from a powerful and vibrant film called Frida. It tells the story of Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. And Frida once said, "I don't paint my dreams, I paint my reality." Perhaps because she was alone, or because it was a theme she knew best. The necessity for peace in the world is not a dream, is a reality. And we are not alone. If Frida was alive, she would be on our side against war. To perform this beautiful song called Burn It Blue, music by Elliot Goldenhall and lyric by Julie Taymor, is the most amazing Brazilian man I've ever met. Talent, what a singer, and good friend, Caetano Veloso, and the amazing Mexican singer, Lila Downs.
Come to the fireworks, see the dark lady smile. She blows with fire, and the burning dead floats higher, and she's free to fly. Just a spark in the sky, painting heaven and hell much brighter. Gotta be me. Whether I ride, whether I...
Welcome the star of Boys Don't Cry, Academy Award winner, Hilary Swank.
The film The Hours uses Virginia Woolf's masterful work, Mrs. Dalloway, to weave together the stories of three women, each from a different time and place, each battling their fears as they search for meaning in their lives. It is life's uncertainty and the recognition that all lives, male and female, are intertwined that is felt in every second of the hours.
A woman's whole life in a single day, just one day, and in that day, her whole life. Always the years between us, always the years, always the love, always the hours.
Nominated as Best Actress for her performance in Unfaithful, Miss Diane Lane.
Thank you. There is a great diversity of subject matter in this year's nominations for documentary feature. One film features the wide-ranging exploration of the gun culture and gun violence in America, with the filmmaker including himself as part of the story. Another film follows the wordless odyssey of migratory birds as they travel over vast oceans and continents. A third film documents 8 competitors as they prepare for the ultimate intellectual showdown, the National Spelling Bee. Along with the birds and the bees is a film about an Amerasian child and her 22-year search for her Vietnamese mother. And the final documentary feature reveals the irony of a German Jewish theater artist ordered to write and direct a pro-Nazi propaganda film while a prisoner in a concentration camp. Life happens, and the unblinking eye of the documentary film camera records it for the world to see. And here are the nominations for Best Documentary Feature.
Bowling for Columbine, Michael Moore and Michael Donovan. Daughter from Da Nang, Gail Dolgen and Vicente Franco. Prisoner of Paradise, Malcolm Clark and Stuart Sender. Spellbound, Jeffrey Blitz and Sean Welsh. Winged Migration, Jacques Perrin.
Gentlemen, the president of the Motion Picture Association of America, Jack Valenti.
I'm really greatly honored to present nominees, these talented nominees for the documentary short subject. Some, like Mighty Times, The Legacy of Rosa Parks, and Twin Towers are played out against a background of unquiet history. And others, like The Collector of Bedford Street and Why Can't We Be a Family Again, unfold in a place where the spotlight rarely shines. And here now are the nominations for Best Documentary, Short Subject. The Collector of Bedford Street, Alice Elliott. Mighty Times, The Legacy of Rosa Parks, Robert Hudson and Bobby Houston. Twin Towers, Bill Guttentag and Robert David Port. Why Can't We Be a Family Again? Roger Weisberg and Murray Nozzle. The winner is Twin Towers, Bill Guttentag and Robert David Port.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Robert David Port. This is the second Academy Award and fifth nomination for Bill Guttentag. He won an Oscar for Best Documentary Short Subject in 1988 for You Don't Have to Die.
You did it, Joe. On September 11th, Detective Joseph Vigiano and his brother John made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. You all have honored them with this trophy. Thank you, Maury Povich, for everything. Thank you, Peter Jankowski, for your vision. Thank you, Alan Berger, for your guidance. And to my wife, Lisa, and son, Dylan, thank you for your love and support.
I'd like to also thank some of the others who helped make this film. Dick Wolf, Lisa and Charles Engel, Dan Sturman, Kate Adler, Phil Marshall, Michael Schweitzer. No matter where you're from, we're all New Yorkers. Thank you very much.
Oh, it was so sweet backstage. You should see it. The Teamsters are helping Michael Moore into the trunk of his limo. Now, our next presenter is someone Our next presenter is someone I consider a close personal fantasy. Here is Academy Award winner Julia Roberts.
Wow. Hi. It is my honor tonight to present the Academy Award for Best Cinematography. I find this a personally fantastic award because I happen to know what I look like at 5 o'clock in the morning when I go to work. The nominees are Dion Beebe for Chicago, Edward Lockman for Far From Heaven, Michael Ballhaus for Gangs of New York, Pavel Edelman for The Pianist, Conrad L. Hall for
for Road to Perdition.
And the Oscar goes to Conrad L. Hall for The Road to Perdition.
This is the third Academy Award and 10th nomination for the late Conrad L. Hall. He won an Oscar in 1999 for American Beauty and in 1969 for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Accepting on his behalf tonight is his son, Conrad W. Hall.
A couple of months ago, this industry lost one of its legends. Many of you lost a great friend and collaborator, and I lost my father. It's been said that God gives each and every one of us the gift of life, and what we do with that life is our gift back to him. I can't think of a better gift than my father. Dad, wherever you are, you will be gone, but you will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Please welcome the Academy Award-winning actress who was nominated tonight for her performance in About Schmidt, Kathy Bates.
Thank you. Every time an Oscar is given out, an agent gets his wings. Not only that, but every time an Oscar is given out, someone's life is changed, usually for the better. Most of the time, when the happy event occurs, the recipient is either so excited or so numb, they don't even remember what they said or did. It's only later, when they look back on that special night, that they get... Give me a break, will you? It's only later when they get the full impact of what happened. Here in a film by Academy Award winner Chuck Workman are some Oscar recipients whose lives were impacted by the addition of Oscar to their resumes.
It's much heavier than you think it's going to be. The little statuette. I mean, it weighs like 40 pounds or something like it.
It's hotter than anyone can imagine it is. And everyone is sweating. Halle Berry doesn't sweat, but everybody else sweats.
They say your name, and I think there's a rush of blood in your ears, because I was clapping Tom Cruise.
Then you suddenly go into very slow motion. You start to realize I should go, but first kiss your wife.
The moment my name was called, I was in a state of...
I was astonished. I was bewildered.
Snow White was dancing around.
It was like having a baby.
It honestly seemed as though I was playing a guy in a movie who just won an award.
Let's see, who should you think? Your manager. Oh, God, what's your manager's name?
Really touched me, a big rush of if I had a heart, what would be called emotion.
English becomes a second language.
Harvey Weinstein. I ran right to the urinal and put the thing right up on top. I just had to go to the bathroom so bad. It was unbelievable.
I'd been nominated 5 times in 4 years. They were just probably so glad to finally get rid of me.
Winning the Oscar really improved my sex life considerably. Sure would like to win another one.
Third African American to win an Oscar for anything. My great-grandkids can talk about it.
It gave me a sense of my own identity and allowed me, I think, to act with more confidence in the future.
It just gives you more strength and power to continue.
Now some little girl can see me win and dream about winning Best Picture as a producer.
I got to see my father's face, and tears were streaming down his cheeks. Then I went out and danced all night.
As far as the real concrete, tangible memories, the only one I really have is looking down and locking eyes with Jack Palance.
Here's Star Wars. Here's another one.
The Journal of Medicine has done the science. Oscar winners lived 4.5 years longer than the losers.
Happy 75th anniversary, Oscar. I'm still younger than you are.
It's like a gold-dipped Ken doll. Happy anniversary to you.
Happy 75th birthday, dude.
Damn right.
Okay, this is his act. These are my lips.
Now, our next presenter is an actor with talent, looks, charm, and success. In other words, next stop, rehab. Here's the bright, up-and-coming star of Minority Report and The Recruit, Colin Farrell.
I was going to say, Steve, you've no idea how close to the truth you are, but that'd be a lie. The epic drama that took place in the Five Corners section of New York, at a time when passions ran high and might often triumphed over what was right, was beautifully and brutally visualized in the film The Gangs of New York. One of this year's nominated songs is from that film, and it pays tribute to the new Americans who left Ireland in search of a better life, willing to fight for it at any expense, at a time when fighting was a matter of survival. The band U2 have written songs over time that have been about beauty, about freedom, about faith, about trust, about the freedom of speech and pride also, but not at anyone else's expense, and not at the expense of another person's life. And it is my complete honor, and they captured all this in the film, and in the song they wrote for the film, and it's my complete honor, Gurdav Mila Mahagut Agus Anish. Ladies and gentlemen, U2.
Yellow cloud on a desert skyline. Some father's son. Is it his or is it mine? These are the hands that built America.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Welcome the Oscar-winning star of The Accidental Tourist, Gina Davis.
A Russian czar once asked an artist, "How did you carve such a remarkable likeness of me out of that block of granite?" And the sculptor replied, "I chipped away everything that did not look like your highness." So it is with film editors. They receive miles of film from a director and then snip away everything that does not look like the movie they're looking for. And here are the nominees for film editing. Martin Walsh for Chicago. Thelma Schoonmaker for Gangs of New York. Peter Boyle for The Hours. Michael Horton for The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Hervé Deleuze for The Pianist. And the Oscar goes to Martin Walsh for Chicago.
This is the first Academy Award and nomination for Martin Walsh.
Whoa, hi. Ooh, a small corner of Northern England just went boom. I'd like to thank Rob Marshall for your vision. Thank you. Bill Condon for a fabulous script. Harvey, Meryl, Julie, Jen, everybody at Miramax, and my gang, my own personal gang of New York, in New York. That's another little corner that just exploded. And my family, my wife Bev, my boys James and Max up there on the second tier. Where are you? Yeah, hi. And have a great night. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Academy Award winner Susan Sarandon.
We create because we desire to share ourselves, to express our passion, to connect with others, and sometimes to encourage dialogue which can facilitate change. We remember the artists who passed away this year through their work. As photographer Eric Lawton reflects, what is a life? What do we leave behind that can't be worn down by wind or time or fire? It is the trace we leave on memory.
last year broke down barriers in Hollywood for unbelievably hot women. Now at least they have hope. And here is Halle Berry.
If you're known by the company you keep, tonight's recipient of the Oscar for Best Performance by an Actor will be known as a major, major player.
You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being.
I'm just a fat little man, a fat, ugly man. You don't understand. I could have had class. Could have been a contender.
And here are the nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role. Adrian Brody in The Pianist. Nicolas Cage in Adaptation. Michael Caine in The Quiet American. Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York. And Jack Nicholson in About Schmidt. And the Oscar goes to...
Gentlemen, Oscar winner, Dustin Hoffman.
Good evening. Believe it or not, we're here tonight for the work of the artist. The artist can illuminate the past and make it relevant sometimes for the present, and hopefully correct the future. It's an honor to present a clip from The Pianist. The Pianist is a story of survival in a world gone mad. Vladislav Spilman, brilliantly portrayed by Mr. Brody, a Polish Jew, a celebrated composer and musician, hides in the devastated Warsaw Ghetto during the brutal Nazi occupation. And although separated from loved ones and witness to unspeakable horrors, he finds the will to survive. In The Pianist, we not only behold the triumphs of the human spirit, but the transforming power of art.
This is the greatest pianist in Poland, maybe the whole world. I want to help, I want to do something. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you poison us, do we not die?
if you wrong her, shall we not revenge?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome two-time Academy Award winner, one for the song Evergreen, Barbra Streisand.
And now I have the great honor of introducing Meryl Streep. I loved her performance in The Hours. It really made me think. And for that, I will never forgive her. Here's one of America's finest actresses, Meryl Streep.
Someone once said, the more praise a man is willing to take, the less he probably deserves. Whoever said that must have been insane. No, that's not what. Whoever said that must have had the ever-reluctant and as such deeply deserving recipient of tonight's honorary Oscar award in mind. Peter O'Toole was nominated for the Oscar. He was nominated for the Oscar for Best Actor a lucky 7 times, and like many of our best, was overlooked on every occasion. He was overlooked but far from unnoticed. Bursting on the screen, on a screen that could barely contain him, he played the title role in David Lean's magnificent Lawrence of Arabia with fierce grace and extraordinary ease. Noel Coward remarked on this accomplishment, "If you had been any prettier, it would have been Florence of Arabia." Classically trained, he returned to the stage again and again. He played 50 roles in 4 years at the Old Vic alone, and he was one of the great Hamlets. He was also well cast as kings in a dazzling array of film performances. After playing Henry II in Becket opposite his friend, Richard Burton, he reprised the role opposite Katharine Hepburn in The Lion in Winter. Even real kings don't get a second chance like that. He's had a strong run of gentlemen with titles and delusional dreamers in such films as Man of La Mancha and Caligula, Man Friday and Lord Jim, Svengali and The Last Emperor. In The Ruling Class, he plays a man who thinks he's God. In The Stuntman, he plays a man who doesn't think he's God, he knows he's God. In other words, a film director. And in the hilarious and touching My Favorite Year, he sums it all up in a rollicking performance as a great swashbuckling movie actor who's terrified of acting. He even gets to deliver the actor's mantra, "Dying is easy, comedy is hard." And with a golden voice that lifts, gilds, and animates ordinary words, and the light in his eye as if he'd swallowed the pale blue moon, Peter O'Toole's gift has beguiled us for 40 years.
I've never talked about acting in my life, but any good actor will tell you that the common denominator is private study for months, if necessary. So every nuance, every phrase is considered and thought out well in advance.
The nominees for the best performance by an actor are Peter O'Toole. Peter O'Toole.
I'm an ordinary man.
You're the most extraordinary man I ever met.
Help me, Thomas. I'm frightened. I'm the king! had too many civil wars against me.
And I damn near won the last one.
It won't really be goodbye.
Are you ready for them?
Are they ready for me, madam?
We must have this shot. I therefore order that no camera shall jam and no cloud pass before the sun. I'm not an actor, I'm a movie star. Come on, then!
I come in a world of iron to make a world of gold.
Who are you to know it can be done? Whatever I ask them to do can be done, that's all. They know that.
For those two. Adrian Brody.
2nd of Oscar for Best Actor, two-time Academy Award winner, Denzel Washington.
Three-quarters of a century of Oscar, and the performances by leading ladies that are timeless.
See something down there, Chief?
No, I just think I'm gonna barf. Hello, gorgeous.
According to fashion experts, this year, cleavage is in. So, without any further ado, please welcome Academy President Frank Pearson.
For the last time I share a dressing room with him. In 50 years in show business, I've been fired just once, and that was by Peter O'Toole. So you can imagine the pleasure I got out of getting back at him by presiding over his honorary award tonight. Thank you, Peter. It was great fun. This Diamond Jubilee year is also the golden anniversary of the first Oscar on television. For 50 years, 16 different Academy presidents have come on this stage to welcome you to Oscar's Big Bash, and this is how a few of them did it.
So welcome to our party.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's magic time.
At these ceremonies,
We welcome the world, and thank you for joining us.
We all love to go to the movies.
Movies have become
An international art form.
As 91 countries around the world
Have more than a passing interest in these ceremonies.
Nominees, you're getting a little nervous because I am.
this program will run 9 hours and 28 minutes.
Enjoy the show, and thank you. Thank you. I want to add something tonight personally, and that is to say to all of our men and women overseas, Godspeed, and let's get you home soon. And to the Iraqi people, I say, let's have peace soon, and let you live without war.
Brought to you by Cadillac. Let the show begin. HP Technology Services and People help make more things more possible. And JCPenney. It's new, it's now, it's all inside JCPenney. He's Chicago's Billy Flynn and one of the world's favorite actors. Welcome, Richard Gere.
Hi. Some projects we do make us happy, and a very, very few others please us way beyond our highest expectations. The next nominated film is one of those for me. The story takes place in the jazzy 20s. Two conniving, ambitious chorus girls, jailed for murder, vie for headlines, hearts, and freedom. Murder and the media take center stage in this song and dance tale of dubious desires. That's Chicago.
That jazz.
When I heard that Richard Gere was not nominated for his great performance in Chicago, I said to myself, welcome to my world, Richard Gere. And now, the awards that are very dear to my heart, the Writers' Awards. Finally, the studios are getting much more respectful of writers. I handed in a script last year, and the studio didn't change one word. The word they didn't change was on page 87. Our next presenter won an Academy Award for her role as the painter Lee Krasner in the movie Pollock. Here is Marcia Gay Harden.
This award is about screenwriters. One of the ongoing debates amongst them is whether it is more difficult to create an original screenplay or an adaptation of previously written material, say from a book, a play, or a musical. Some, who have done both, say the most difficult task of these days is simply getting the job to write anything at all. And here are the writers nominated for adapted screenplay. Peter Hedges, Chris Weitz, and Paul Weitz for About a Boy, based on the book by Nick Hornby. Charlie Kaufman and Donald Kaufman for Adaptation, based on the book The Orchid Thief by Susan Orlean. Bill Condon for Chicago, based on the play by Maureen Dallas Watson. David Hare for The Hours, based on the novel by Michael Cunningham. Ronald Harwood for The Pianist, based on the book by Vladislav Spilman. And the Oscar goes to Ron Harwood for The Pianist.
The first Academy Award and second nomination for Ronald Harwood. He was nominated for an Oscar in 1983 for The Dresser.
When I was last here 20 years ago, I'm not making a habit of it, don't worry, Shirley MacLaine got Best Actress. And when she got the statue, she said, "I deserve this." Well, I wish I could say that, but I can't. Roman Polanski deserves this. He's a great director and a wonderful colleague, and I want to thank him and, of course, you for this splendid honor. Thank you very much indeed.
Please welcome Oscar-winning daredevil, Ben Affleck.
Of the 5 original screenplays nominated this year, some were written in a burst of creative energy, and others were gestating for periods of up to 30 years. And here are the nominees for original screenplay. Todd Haynes for Far From Heaven. Jay Cox, Steve Zalian, and Kenneth Lonergan for Gangs of New York. Nia Vardalos for My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Pedro Almodovar for Talk to Her. Carlos Cuarón and Alfonso Cuarón for Y Tu Mamá También. And the Oscar goes to Pedro Almodovar for Talk to Her.
This is the first Oscar for Pedro Almodovar, including his nomination tonight for directing. This is his second Academy Award nomination.
Oh, my God. I know that to breathe is very expensive tonight, but I have to breathe. Well, first of all, thank you to the members of the Academy for their generosity. This is, I mean, I don't know, this is really too much. And I would like to read something now. It's prohibited, but it will be very short. You know, of course I dedicate this to El Deseo, to Sony Pictures Classic, and all the people that helped me to make this movie. But I also want to dedicate this award to all the people that are raising their voices in favor of peace, respect of human rights, democracy, and international legality, all of which are essential qualities to live. This award is also to them, to the Spanish cinema, and to all you, because you are the witness of this wonderful moment of my life. Time's up. I'm sorry.
Indiana Jones and the Fugitive, Harrison Ford.
Father and son, and they both have Oscars on their mantles. Welcome, Kirk and Michael Douglas.
I know. This is my son, Michael. He has 2 awards. But I'm still young. You know? The 75th anniversary. To be 75 again. We are here tonight to present to you tomorrow's headline. And speak distinctly.
My father, who art in movies, will have the pleasure of revealing the last of the bests in this annual Deliverance from Anxiety, which is in this envelope here. And here are the nominees for Best Picture of the Year. Chicago, Martin Richards, producer. Gangs of New York, Alberto Grimaldi and Harvey Weinstein, producers. The Hours, Scott Rudin and Robert Fox, producers. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Barry M. Osborne, Fran Walsh, and Peter Jackson, producers. The Pianist, Roman Polanski, Robert Ben Moussa, and Alan Sard, producers. You're supposed to say, and the Oscar goes to.
And the winner is... Chicago!
This is the first Academy Award and first nomination for Martin Richards.
Oh, God. My God. This has been a very long trip. Mom and Dad, look where I'm standing. Oh, my God. It started with the great Bob Fosse and an incredible score by Kandraneb. And then Harvey Weinstein came in with Merle Poster, and they stood by, and they believed, and they just stayed with me. And here I am. And, oh, my God, my mind is going. It truly is going. A cast that any producer would die for. A director that was sent from heaven. A blessing. Rob Marshall. The most incredible, unbelievable, creative, and productive staff. Oh, God. Richard, Renee, Catherine. I was going to end it with thank you. I was going to end it with one thing. I couldn't end it without this. To my 2 angels that sit on my shoulder all the time. My dear Mary Lee, and my late partner, Robert Fryer. I bless you all. I bless you all. Thank you.
Well, we're finally at the halfway mark. I have so many people to thank tonight, but especially Steven Spielberg.